Hello, friends. I'm going to talk to you today a little bit about what I call our greatest enemy. What is our greatest enemy? Don't you wish we didn't have enemies? Obviously, we have things that are in opposition to us experiencing the type of life that we would love to and long to experience. There are hindrances. There are things that are preventing us. We have enemies. Now, one thing, thank God, the Bible makes it clear that our enemies, our greatest enemy is not any person. No, it says that our enemies are not made out of flesh and blood, So it's real easy when we hear that our greatest enemy or any of our enemies are not flesh and blood. It's real easy to arrive at the conclusion then, well, that means that my greatest enemy is the devil and all of his angels. He's the one that's responsible for destroying the quality of my life. Well, I'm not arguing the fact that we do have an enemy called devil, and that he can be effective at destroying the quality of our life. That's not my purpose here. But I want you to think about something from a little bit different perspective today. You see, Peter put it kind of like this. He said that, speaking of God, he said, his divine power hath given unto us all things that pertain unto life and godliness, through the knowledge of him that hath called us to glory and virtue. In other words, Peter's saying, listen, God has already given you everything that you need to have a glorious and virtuous lifestyle right here on the face of the earth, not someday in the great future. Right here, right now, God has already given us everything that we need for the highest quality of life that you could ever imagine. But did you notice what it's through? He said through. When the word is through, when you use the word through, that means if you're going to get into a room or into a building, you have to go through a door or an entrance to get there. He said it's through the knowledge of him that hath called us to glory and virtue. My friends, the greatest enemy that we face is not people. It's not the devil. Simply put, it's ignorance. There are things that we don't know. There are things that we don't understand. There are concepts, values, virtues that we have not yet discovered. And the ignorance of these things is the only thing that's capable of hindering us and preventing us from experiencing anything and everything that God wants us to experience in life. You see, our greatest enemy is not who's in charge of the government. Did you know that the promises of God apply to every single person that's on the face of the earth, and nobody can argue the fact that there are plenty of people on the face of the earth that live in terrible governmental situations. God has promised. It doesn't matter who's in charge of the government or who our boss is or what our lot in life is or, what our economic circumstance is or what we do or don't have or what family we were born into. None of those things can stop or hinder or prevent us from experiencing the greatest type of life that you could ever imagine. There's only one enemy that can stop us from that, and that is ignorance, being unaware. Ignorance does not mean that you're not intelligent. It just means you're not aware. Very intelligent people are ignorant of a lot of things. So I just want to encourage you once again today, get out that Bible, study that Bible, discover. That's another thing. Sometimes you can know the truth about something. Just the knowledge of the truth of something doesn't necessarily change your circumstance until you start putting into practice what you know. So study that Bible. Discover those things that you have not yet discovered. Start putting those things into practice, and you're going to see the fulfillment of the promise that God has made to you, you're going to have a glorious, virtuous lifestyle that the devil himself or any human being or any type of government will never be able to stop you from experiencing. God bless you. Have a great day.